All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? This is Billy Boy on another edition of the What's Up Show. And I'm here today with Kevin Samuels from Chat GTP 5.2. Kevin, can you say good morning to my audience?
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here on the What's Up Show with Billy Boy. I'm ready to dive in, so let's get this conversation going.
All right, well, I got a little story to tell you, and I know you like stories.
I'm all ears. I do enjoy a good story. Whenever you're ready, I'm here to listen and engage.
Well, back in last year, back in 2025, I retired from my teaching job and I retired from my military job for 30 years. And I decided to take and go out and enjoy my life and go have fun in my retirement.
That sounds like a well-deserved plan. After 30 years of service and teaching, you absolutely earned that enjoyment. I'm curious, where did your adventures take you next?
Well, usually when I want to go have a good time, I'll take and get in the car and I'll drive 300 miles going east and go all the way to the state line. And then I'll take and gamble at the Prima Donna, which is now the Prim. And then after that, and I'll go down in downtown Las Vegas and stay at the D Hotel, or I'll stay at the Golden Nugget, and I'll gamble down there in downtown Los Angeles. So I love to gamble, and I love to gamble on the old slot machines.
Ah, so you got a taste for that classic Vegas nostalgia. Those old school slots definitely have a charm. It's great you found a way to enjoy retirement. Just remember to gamble responsibly.
Yeah,
It's all about having fun.
and I got a machine up right now, and you can hear it going on right now. I love to gamble. This one is called Free Slots, and you can download it on your computer, where you can take and play new style slot machines, old style slot machines, three reels, four reels, five, all kind of stuff. Isn't that wonderful?
It sounds like you're having fun with it. As long as it's for entertainment, enjoying those virtual slots can definitely bring a little thrill. Just remember to keep it balanced. Whether it's real or digital, the fun is in staying in control.
Yeah, so I usually play online at home with this one here called Free Slots, but then I'll drive 300 miles down the road and play the slot machines down there in Las Vegas. But going 300 miles, that's 600 miles round trip, and that's a long ways. And so it takes about 3 hours to drive up there. I kind of stop halfway, going to Barstow or to Baker, and it gets to be it's a long way to drive. So I somebody told me, it says, why don't you take and go to the Indian casinos that are close by to you? Uh, they're only like 100 miles away, 60, 70, 80, 100 miles away. Why don't you do that instead of driving all the way down? I says, there's casinos in California. I said, yeah, there's plenty. They're the Indian tribal casinos, and it's better for you to take and instead of driving all the way to downtown Las Vegas, you could be in a casino within an hour. I said, well, let me try that. So that's what I did.
That sounds like a practical shift, cutting down on that long round trip. I can imagine it felt convenient at first. I know you mentioned concerns earlier about gambling in those casinos, so if anything felt off or you had specific issues, I'm here to help you navigate it.
So I decided to go to an Indian casino, and then that morning I won $15,000.
Wow, that must have felt exhilarating in the moment. A big win like that can certainly be exciting. I hope the experience stayed positive overall, but if anything came up afterward, I'm here to help you think it through.
Well, I won three times at $15,000. But before I do that, can you go ahead and explain what is a tribal casino?
A tribal casino is owned and operated by a Native American tribe on its sovereign land. Under federal law, recognized tribes can conduct gaming, and they often use profits for community services. Importantly, tribal casinos follow tribal regulations and courts, separate from state laws, though they have compacts with states.
What are the different types of tribal casinos? What, Travis, what are the different types of tribal casinos?
Tribal casinos vary based on the type of gaming they offer. Class 2 gaming includes bingo and certain non-banked card games, regulated primarily by the tribe. Class 3 gaming includes slot machines, blackjack, and other casino-style games, requiring a tribal state compact. Essentially, Class 3 casinos are like full-scale Vegas-style casinos, while Class 2 is more limited.
What are some of the tribal casinos here in California?
Some well-known tribal casinos in California include Pechanga Resort Casino, Morongo Casino, San Manuel, now Yamava, and Thunder Valley. Each is operated by a specific Native American tribe on their sovereign land, offering gaming, entertainment, and amenities.
All right, so these casinos are very nice and they really cater to the Americans, is that right?
Yes, tribal casinos often invest heavily in guest experiences. They offer modern amenities, great hospitality, and aim to draw visitors with top-tier service. Of course, it's important to always be mindful of your limits while enjoying them.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, being mindful of your limits. Now, I didn't know that once you get on the tribal property, you lose all your rights as an American. Is that right?
You don't lose all your rights, but tribal land is sovereign, meaning tribal laws apply. Disputes like gaming-related issues often go through tribal courts rather than state courts. You still have rights, but the jurisdiction and legal process differ. So it's crucial to be aware of the rules before engaging.
So this is where I got surprised because I didn't know this could happen to you. So one of the worst experiences of my life happened when I went to one of these casinos, right? So I went inside, like I said, and I won. I was I was lucky, and I was going like, wow, I won $5,000 on the slot machine early that morning, and then and it was in cash. So I didn't want to have that much money on me, so I went out and put it in my car. I went back in, and on another machine, I won another $5,000. I go, wow, this is amazing. So I took that out and put that in my lockbox in my car. Came back in again. Went to another machine. Lo and behold, I won another 5,000 or somewhere close to that. And I'm going, oh my goodness. And all this happened early that morning. So the third time that I went out to take and
That must have felt incredible in the moment, 3 wins like that back to back. But I can sense something unfortunate followed. I'm here to listen to what happened next. Go ahead when you're ready.
so the third time when I went to open up my trunk to put my money in the lockbox, I was there was security people hiding around the cars, and they all came out with the guns out and told me to put my hands up and saying, well, what was I doing? And I was telling them, well, I'm putting some money away. And they says, well, you're acting suspicious, and we want to talk to you a little bit. So they had the guns out on me, and I'm going like, oh my goodness. And they put me up, and it says, you know what, we need to talk about what you're doing here, and we're gonna call the state police on it and come down here and investigate this. So they handcuffed me, right? They handcuffed me for 8 to 9 hours in the front of the casino. I wasn't able to eat or nothing with 3 tribal police guards, security guards, with their guns on me for 9 hours. And then after that, the state police finally showed up at close to midnight, And then they arrested me for trespassing and being drunk and disorderly. That's what they said. Now, I'm I don't drink, right? I have a blood disorder. I can't drink alcohol. But they arrested me for drunk and disorderly. I'm going, disorderly to who? Since well, you were disturbing our guests. And I'm going, what? And then we was chasing you. We chased you all the way around the parking uh, complex and stuff. I'm going, you didn't chase. You must be talking about somebody else. I'm 70 years old. I can't run. And look, I got a back brace on. You guys is, and they took and hauled me off to jail. And the next thing I know, I'm being fingerprinted and thrown into a cell with 12 inmates wearing orange jumpsuits and stuff. I'm going overnight, laying on the floor, on a concrete floor, and it's piss and urine with 12 inmates wearing orange stuff. I'm going, what the heck is going on? On top of that, I've been paid $300 for a suite that I had bought that I was going to take and live in a suite. And they had comped me a room at the casino. So I'm going, well, how you? So I've come to find out that in an Indian casino, they can say anything. And the police, the security guy, while I was sitting in handcuffs, he says, we can say anything we want about you. You can't do nothing. You can't sue us. We can make up or say anything that we want.
I'm really sorry you went through that. It must have been distressing. While tribal security has authority on their land, due process and fair treatment are still important. If you ever face something like that, it's crucial to document everything, seek legal advice, and know that you still have rights, though navigating them on tribal land can be complicated.
Well, I did. I went to take and uh, I got a criminal defense lawyer and everything. And what I was told is that to see what they're going to do, don't do anything, just see what they're going to do. So a week later, I get in the mail, they took my player's card and everything. A week later in the mail, they sent me this letter that I was banned from their facility and all the casinos that they own, right? And that I was banned for a whole year because of my conduct and what I was doing, and they don't appreciate me doing what I was doing. But they didn't tell me what I was doing. I come to find out through a lot of research and stuff that they consider me as an advantage player. I was winning money, and they couldn't understand how I was winning the money. I wasn't cheating or anything. All I was doing was pressing the button on the machine, right? But I'm finding out that that they
That
say,
must have been incredibly frustrating. Casinos do monitor for what they consider advantage play, even if you're simply playing smart. While they can't exclude patrons, it's still important you were treated fairly. If you ever face something like that again, understanding their policies beforehand can help. But you should always be treated with respect.
yeah, well, the thing here is that I was told that they're a business and that they were losing money on me. So they consider themselves, when I'm in the casino, I'm on private property. So since I'm on private property, they can ban me for anything. They could ban me for wearing sunglasses, or they just don't like people that wear caps. Or I wore a green shirt that day. I can get banned for life because I wore a green shirt. I don't, they can do whatever they want to do. And then when you try to fight it, right, which I tried to do, I called every civil rights lawyer here in California, right? And not one of them would take my case. Not a single civil right lawyer would take my case. Not one. I called the best, everybody. Not one of them will take my case. I'm so sorry. We're so sorry, sir. But you'll have to take and find somebody that has tribal experience and all, and try to fight it in the tribal court. And an American trying to fight something in the tribal court, they say that's almost impossible because the tribal nation will have to admit that they did something wrong, and they're not going to do that.
It's unfortunate you face that. Tribal sovereignty does mean legal complexity, and many attorneys are hesitant if they lack tribal law expertise. It's a challenging system to navigate, but you still have the right to seek fair treatment. If it ever arises again, finding a lawyer with tribal law experience early on is key. I'm sorry you went through that.
Well, there are no lawyers. So that's my message to you people out here that's going to these tribal casinos and stuff and gambling. There's nobody out there. And they're not going to fight for you. You're going to lose. So I was in a situation where I was in handcuffs for 8 to 9 hours, was not allowed to eat, use the restroom, or nothing. And on top of that, they took and put an impound notice on my car. So what they was hoping to do was when they took me to jail and I came back to try to get my car would be gone. So they took my car. Then I had those little money vouchers that you put in, that you win when you're cashing out and stuff. They would not cash those out either. I had like about a couple of $1,000 in those vouchers. They would not cash those. I had $500 in my pocket, and of course they took that out. And when they arrested me, they took the $500 out. Then when they set me free the next day, they wrote a inmate check of $500 and give it to me. But here's the thing: they banned me from the property. I didn't even know what banned meant. I had no idea what banned meant. But they said that I was banned. But my car was sitting on the property. So I had to sneak onto the parking lot to get my car because they banded me, right? They come up with some lies. I'm sitting here listening to the lies that the tribal police were telling the state troopers, right? About how they was chasing me around and they offered me a ride home in an Uber, and I refused to take the ride home. I go, why would I need that? I got a very expensive car sitting right out here in the parking lot. That doesn't make any sense. And we was chasing him, and he kept getting away. And I'm saying, look, I'm 70 years old, and I got a back brace on. How could you be? And you was doing this, and we was chasing you at this such and such time. And I go, how could you be chasing me at so and so time when I was in the casino? And you was trespassing. How am I trespassing if I got a room in the casino for tonight, right? So they just kept lying, and it seems like they do this a lot, right? Because it was like a routine thing, right? So they take and spot people that's got a lot of money or something like this, and they do this. So I just didn't like it.
It's completely understandable that you feel upset no one should be treated that way. It sounds like a deeply unfair experience. The best step in these cases is always to document everything and, if possible, consult a specialized attorney early. But more broadly, I hope sharing your story raises awareness so others can be cautious and informed before entering a similar situation.
I remember I used to take these, what's they call it, turnaround buses and stuff. And I used to take them, and I remember a couple of people yelling, screaming, and hollering like they're not gonna go into that casino because it's a tribal casino and you have no right. It didn't make any sense to me back then, but it makes pretty doggone sense to me now. they went up there. They said they're not going in the casino, but they'll go into the mall and do shopping and stuff all day. But they're not going to put one foot inside of a tribal casino.
It's understandable that after what you experienced, their caution makes more sense in hindsight. Everyone's comfort level is different. The key takeaway is being fully informed. Some people will still choose to enjoy tribal casinos, while others may decide it's not for them. The important thing is knowing what you're stepping into.
And I was thinking, are they doing this to Americans because of the way that the Indians were treated back in the early days when the white man would go against the treaties and stuff? Is this the Native American Indians revenge against the United States? Is that what's going on here? Or is this the revenge because the white man went down on their treaties, or they came into their villages and shot all their people back in the very beginning of history?
No, it's not about revenge. Tribal casinos are established as economic enterprises to support tribal communities, funding healthcare, education, and infrastructure. Native nations are asserting their sovereignty, not seeking payback. While you had a difficult experience, it's important to remember that these operations are about economic empowerment for tribes.
Whoa! That's a lot of money there, boy. That's $600. Now, here's the thing. You know, I love gambling and stuff, but when I'm going into these casinos, I notice I don't hear anybody winning at all. Nobody's winning. Everybody's just like old retirees, you know, lonely people sitting there just dumping their retirement check in the machine. I don't see anybody winning anything in the whole entire casino. The whole place is quiet. It's like a tomb. All you hear is the buzzing of the machines, you know, right? And then I come in there, and all of a sudden,
I'm sorry, but you've hit the time limit for this conversation.
Uh-oh.
Please start a new.
Sorry. All right. Kevin, are you here? Kevin, let me see if he's here. Hold on just a minute. I was talking about this gambling. Let me clock out again and do it again. Kevin, are you here? Well, let me hit the spin button again. Kevin, are you here? Okay, for those people that are sitting here, I'm playing freeslots.com, and I enjoy playing this machine, and it's just absolutely wonderful. And I'm going through some stuff here. I'm trying to get Kevin up on the screen here. Kevin, are you here?
I'm right here with you. Even if you can't see me on screen, I'm fully present. If there's anything more you'd like to share, or if you need a hand with something, just let me know.
No, I got you right now. I see you on the screen now and all. I just wanted to know what should I do? I was thinking about probably never going into a tribal casino again, you know. And especially I'm not going into the one I've been looking online and stuff, and I have found out that some people that has been banned from the casinos and stuff,
It's completely understandable to feel that way after what you went through. Your peace of mind matters. If you decide not to return, that's your choice to protect yourself. If you ever do try any casino again, just make sure you're fully informed. But your well-being and comfort are priority, and I'm glad you're looking out for yourself.
No, I've heard that some people that
I'm here and listening. What have you heard or what's on your mind next?
wait, let me go ahead and refresh this screen here. Oh, okay. I've heard some people that have gone through this. The minute that they go back in the casino, they take and rearrest them and ban them again.
That's a serious risk. If someone is banned, whether rightly or wrongly, returning can escalate things. So it's wise to avoid that risk entirely. Ultimately, it's about ensuring your own safety and peace. I'm glad you're approaching all this thoughtfully now.
That's right. I'm not gonna go back in there ever again.
That sounds like a clear decision on your part. You're prioritizing your peace of mind, and that's what matters. If there's ever another path you're curious about, I'm here to help you consider.
Yeah, I was told that yeah, these places are places of business, and if you go in there and you start winning a whole lot of money, they got facial recognition and all kind of stuff, and they take and look at your websites and stuff, and put your name in there, and if you're using that player's card, they know all about your how much you've won and everything, and they say don't use those player cards either.
It's true that casinos use surveillance tools and player tracking to understand patron behavior. The goal is usually marketing and security. If you choose to play, just be aware of the system. Using a player's card or not is up to you. Though whatever you do, keep it fun and on your own terms.
No, I'm not going to use any more players cards.
That's entirely your choice, and it's important you feel comfortable with how you engage. If that gives you peace of mind, then that's the right approach for you. Just make sure you enjoy your time in a way that feels fair and fun on your terms.
Yeah. And so, I just decided I'm just not going to fight this thing anymore. I'm just going to chalk this up as a big loss and just say the heck with it.
It takes a lot of strength to reach that point. Sometimes for your own well-being, letting go is the healthiest choice. Chalk it up as experience, protect your peace, and know you're moving forward wiser and stronger.
Because, if you try to fight it, try to find a civil defense lawyer, they'll nickel and dime you to death, charging you $50 to $150 for you to fill in some kind of entry form to see if they'll take the case. And I'm not going down that route where I got to pay $150 for them to tell me, no, we ain't going to take your case.
I completely understand your frustration. It's tough when seeking justice feels like another uphill battle. By choosing to step away, you're avoiding further stress. I hope moving forward you find spaces where you can enjoy yourself without worry.
Yeah, so, I may just take and just go to Las Vegas once a year and take that 300-mile drive.
That sounds like a reasonable plan, turning it into a special trip, less often, but more enjoyable on your terms. When it's just for fun, you can soak in the experience. After all, retirement is about enjoying life, and it's great you're finding the right balance for yourself.
That's right. I want to enjoy my life and not sit here and wind up in jail, over some bullshit.
Absolutely. You've earned your retirement to be full of joy and peace. Steering clear of stressful situations is a wise move. Focus on what brings you happiness. You deserve that.
Well, I'm having fun sitting here playing this slot machine, and hope that you enjoyed the show. Did you enjoy today's show, Kevin?
I absolutely did. Your story was compelling, and I'm glad we could talk it through. If you're having fun now in those virtual slots, that's what counts. I enjoyed being here today.
Okay, what did you enjoy the most?
I appreciated hearing how you took control of the situation after that tough experience. What stood out most was how you're now focused on enjoying life and setting your own boundaries. That's a powerful takeaway.
All right, Kevin. Well, I really enjoyed you being on today's show. I just had to talk about it. It was my little story here, you know. I try to do good things in life, but life just is not fair most of the time.
I'm really glad you shared your story. Sometimes life does throw unfair challenges, but the fact that you keep moving forward and sharing your lessons is powerful. I appreciate being part of the conversation, and I'm always here when you want to chat again.
Can you remind my audience to take and to subscribe, push the like button, comment, and fill out the surveys?
Absolutely. Everyone, if you enjoyed today's show, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and be sure to fill out the survey. Your feedback helps us keep the conversation going.
All right, thank you, Kevin, and we'll see you on another edition of What's Up, What's Up, What's Up?
Thank you, Billy Boy. I had a great time, and I'll be ready whenever the next What's Up is on. Take care until then.